Hi there, Tom Farrell here. The title of this video series is called "Want to Break Free of Corporate America," or Options, whichever you want to call it. This is going to be a two-part video series, and it's meant to educate and enlighten you, not blame anyone or any company. So again, my name is Tom Farrell, and I am a baby boomer, which means that I've been around the block once or twice, and I don't pretend to know all the answers. These are only my opinions, so please take them at face value. Now, obviously, I'm biased based on what I've seen in my life over the last couple of decades. Do I know everything? Heck no. I'm a work in progress, just like everyone else. But see if the following options I go through make sense to you. I'm going to cover corporate America, working for a job, and home-based businesses like an MLM in the first video. And the second video is going to cover franchises and internet marketing. You have to decide, however, which one is best for you. Let's just change this and then we'll continue on. Okay, so you have to decide which one is best for you and which type of business fits your personality, your finances, and quite frankly, your risk tolerance. I hope you'll find these two videos educational. After all, I did sell books to schools and libraries for 30 years, plus I was an elementary ed major in college. So these videos are my opinion only and will be unfiltered and blunt, which is how I roll. So what you do with this information is totally up to you. So here we go. Option number one, you can see it in front of you, corporate America. The realities of staying or getting into corporate America. Now in 2014, it's totally different. It's a totally different world than when I was growing up. You know, the job market has changed in the last 10 to 30 years dramatically. A college degree doesn't hold the same value that it did even 10 years ago, and especially what it meant 20 or 30 years ago. A four-year degree is so commonplace today that few companies are impressed by them. You see people going back to school for graduate degrees so they can become more valuable, only to realize that they still can't find a job and now have student loans to pay off. I just recently read that student loan debt has now become larger than any other form of debt, including credit card debt. It's gone through the roof as colleges continue to raise their tuition. Eventually, however, the Pied Piper does have to get paid. That's why you see so many college graduates moving back in with their parents after graduating from the college of their choice. In 2013, the Wall Street Journal reported, and I quote, "It's not only the four-year degree folks who are in trouble, specialized folks are in trouble too," end quote, which basically just confirms what I just said. If, and it's a big if, you still have a job in corporate America, know that the trend is to turn salary jobs with benefits into contract positions so that the company no longer has to give you benefits like health insurance or any other kind of retirement program. No company is immune from this. One of the largest health insurance companies in the country, in Philadelphia, near where I live actually, did this recently where they ripped several hundred full-time jobs of people with benefits and turned them into contract positions with no benefits. Doing this gave them the option to end someone's contract or an entire department at that rate, at a moment's notice, saving them millions, plus they didn't have to give them health insurance. And this is from a company that sells health insurance. Hello? Another reality happening right now across corporate America is the same person that used to be working one job, which makes sense, is now doing the job of 2 or 3 people. In other words, they have a choice to keep their job. Suck it up and do the job of 2 or 3 people for the same pay, or there's the front door. Wow. Another thing that can happen, which I experienced firsthand, is the industry I was involved with for 30 years, publishing, was selling books to schools and libraries. It just evaporated all around me in the last 2 years. I earned a major 6-figure income for years and years and years that just went away. Remember typewriters? Remember Borders? How about Blockbuster Video? Remember your corner drugstore? Remember your local hardware store? Are they still in business? Probably not. The way I saw it, I had 2 choices. I could either bury my head in the sand or reinvent myself. Guess which choice I made, obviously. Lastly, if you're working in corporate America, you're only being paid about 25% of what you actually provide in value to your company. The middle and upper managers need their large bonuses from your efforts, of course. Not to mention the operating expenses to run the company. And let's not forget the shareholders who really run this show and want to reap the rewards of huge profits and dividends being paid out. Now, I'm not saying that the shareholders don't deserve their due, but often it's extreme. Did you hear me? The last part, you earn 25% of what you're really worth for the privilege of having your future yanked out from underneath you and the terms of your job changed at any time. But you do have a job. So let's get into the second option, which is working in a home-based business. And here you'll see on the screen in front of you a bunch of different companies that probably look familiar. Most are still in business to my knowledge. I think one or two of them might be gone because it changes so quickly. But many people do moonlight while working their jobs in all kinds of home-based businesses like you see in front of you, hoping that it'll turn into a full-time so that they can quit their job. And these are sometimes referred to as network marketing or multi-level marketing companies. I've been in a bunch of them over the years. They sell anything and everything from coffee to diet dust to jungle juice, which is vitamin drinks, to lotions, potions, vitamins, soap and other cleaning products, cosmetics, etc., ad nauseum. The companies talk about all the millionaires that are being created. But here's the bottom line after years of research. Again, this is my opinion based on my research. When you take the total sales of the company, the bottom line is that they are paying out between 5 and 20% to their field reps or distributors. They can call the income bonuses and overrides all kinds of trumped up, fancy sounding names that sound incredible. But don't ever forget, the bottom line is still the bottom line. 5 to 20%. Plus, they will give their distributors all kinds of fancy titles that sound great, but mean very little. The average distributor sponsors 2.5 people, according to industry statistics, over their career, and the dropout rate is off the charts. The people making the real money in these businesses are the owners. I discovered recently in one of the MLM companies I was associated with for 10 very long years, whose name happens to be on this page in front of you, but I won't tell you, that the owner is now worth $5 billion. Now, this has come at the expense of all the loyal distributors of this so-called consumer direct marketing company, which is their claim to fame that they're not an MLM, when in fact, in my opinion, they absolutely are. The owner also changed the comp plan when I was involved and basically removed the residual income, which is the main reason you would get involved with a company like this in the first place. He turned it into basically another sales job. If you stopped recruiting for 3 months, your income dropped like a rock to practically nothing, even though you had worked your butt off, sometimes for years, building your team so that you could retire and live off of your residual income. They changed the deal midstream. Who knew? Am I cynical? You betcha, to quote a politician from Alaska. Now, frequently MLM companies change their comp plans, always telling you, of course, that they're making it better, to further line their own pockets at your expense. It is what it is. If that doesn't bother you, then go for it. Now, often people blame the company for their failure and jump from one deal to the next to the next. Truth be told, I used to do that too, but not anymore. Been there, done that. As I have hopefully shown above, they're all pretty much the same anyway. They will beg to differ, but the facts are the facts. One's a Chevy and the other's a Ford. They're both still cars. The other problem with getting involved with an MLM is that after a while, people see you coming to pitch them on the next latest and greatest program with their mind-blowing, change-your-life products, and they stop taking your phone calls. They ignore you. And these could be your friends and sometimes even your family members. Am I ringing any bells here? You become a part of the infamous club called the NFL Club, which stands for No Friends Left. Now, can you make a six-figure income in an MLM company? Absolutely. But you must be a charismatic superstar who has no trouble standing in front of hundreds or thousands of people and also has no problem doing in-home parties, three-way calls from early morning until way past midnight and making hundreds of calls themselves to prospecting. You're constantly prospecting at the supermarket, the airport, the gas station, at parties or family events with others, which is where you're going to turn your family and friends off. Now, most people I have found are not charismatic superstars. Now, these companies will tell you that you don't have to do this, but I'm here to tell you that if you want to earn $100 to $300 per month, they're correct. But I'm also here to tell you that if you want to earn a six-figure income, you better be prepared to eat, sleep, and drink, literally and figuratively, your MLM pretty much 24/7. Again, this is my opinion based on my experience over the last 4 decades. Just knowing what you're getting into is my advice up front. Now, I've come to the place where I don't care how good the products are, talking about an MLM, or how much weight they'll help me to lose. The only way that I will ever look at another product-based company again is if the products cure cancer and have been approved by the FDA. So that's it. Anything short of curing cancer, I'm not interested. Been there, done that way too many times. How about you? So I hope you found this first video helpful and informative. Like I said, the second video we're going to cover franchise and internet marketing. So that's it for this video. Have a great day, everyone, because you absolutely deserve it. Bye for now.